Let's do this.
Tea with Tom and Alice.
Woo!
We've been doing this a little while now.
I know.
And again, I think we get like 20, 30 views, but I do say it's never about the views.
But it's always actually really nice when we're at boot camp and someone, like it was Katie last time, hi Katie, who was like, oh, I watched the Tea with Tom, and like we talk about it. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool, like when people tell us that.
They watch it.
And then Elizabeth on Sunday was like, oh, I watched it last night, and you know, it's nice to hear people do
get round to watching it.
Yeah,
Well, it's a little behind the scenes, isn't it? A little update of what's coming up, what events we have going on, what we're thinking about. And actually it does work really well because like with the indoor thing, you know, we touched upon it, said, oh, this is what we're thinking about doing. Then you guys do reach out and you're like, oh, actually, that sounds really good.
So Katie said, oh, I like the sound of that. And then Caroline said, oh, I like the sound of it. And suddenly I was like, right, we better get this going and we better make it happen. So
that's the good thing about being a small business, though, is we take the feedback. As soon as you tell us, we talk about it. We try and understand, is that feasible? Is it not? Let's try and make it happen. And this all comes in, like, even like we were just briefly chatting about next year. Being like, right, what's our plan for next year? And we're not going to bang on in this video again about how
first we should do
difficult
a
it
quick
is being
highlight because we've got a couple of highlights.
Have we got a couple?
Well, I think so. We had a banging Prams day sesh on Saturday, which was like a.
Sometimes
Spice
I want
Girl.
to leave this Prams group, honestly. I'm just in it because I'm in all
You're
the
in
groups,
all
you
of
know,
them.
like for if we need it.
This was a Spice Girls drag brunch, and we all dressed up as different Spice Girls. And it was 11:30. It was in a nightclub. We went upstairs. The music.
Sorry, 11:30 in the morning, like 11:30 in the morning, not 11:30 at night.
I'm obviously not drinking, so I was like, right, I've just got to get into this now. Let's go. And then they were drinking cocktails straight off the bat, and we got food, but it was so good. It was, and actually, it was all organised by Vicky. So shout out to Vicky. She did all the.
There is something quite enjoyable about having a night out that starts early and finishes early and getting home.
I was home at 5:30. I think the latest we're out till about 9.
It's a bit like going to the cinema during the day, you know, and you walk out and it's still daylight and you're like, oh my God.
But everyone was messaging Sunday morning early, so it wasn't like, it's quite nice. We got to bed at a reasonable hour. So that's my highlight. Yours?
Well, I guess the couple of highlights, you're also talking about the indoor workout. Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
What's nice about it is it's nice to get Alice and I out our comfort zone as well. Like, obviously, like I train in the gym a lot. I use it a lot. I don't mind teaching people, like going through the squats. But I was very aware that you're like, okay, guys, right, we're going to squat. So how you squat is you just squat. Right? We're going to put the bars on our back and squat. And I'm like, oh no, hang on a second.
I get stressed out about these sorts of things. And I don't train in the gym. Like, I do all my training outside. Like, occasionally I'll do a session with Tom. But I felt really out of my comfort zone. I got there at like 8 o'clock. Tom's like, oh, the guy's not going to be there till like 10 past. But anyway, I met Sean early. And then Tom arrived, and Tom and Sean just chatting, you know, having a good conversation. I'm like, we need to get over it. I'm like writing the whiteboard. I'm thinking, why aren't they moving their cardio machines? And I'm saying to Tom, just remember, you train like this a lot, but a lot of these guys won't have done much of this training. So we really might have to take things back to basics. And you're like, yeah, we're fine. And you were like, you know, with the stick and how to squat and things. It was, I think, really good. But I don't think I felt like I got into it
is like, it's a different setting and it is a bit more uncomfortable. You're managing more kit, you try to lift more weight.
But also like the ski erg, like I have tried the ski erg before, and I had a trainer tell me, like, give me techniques and tips how to do it. But I wasn't quite sure what it was meant to look like when someone else was ski erging. So I was like saying to Tom, is that what it should look like? Or should it look, you know, because it's...
Yeah, it's different because we're so used to the outdoor things. We're so used to bodyweight exercises and having a big group. That having a bit more of a smaller group that we can be more hands-on, that we can direct a bit more, was really fun.
Yeah, it was
fun.
It was
really nice to be able to offer that as something out with what we do at Rebel, which I think is important, which will factor into next year for sure. I mean, we already said to the Rebel More guys that, you know, it's something we want to offer more of. Oh no, I've been squeezing this ball and I've just popped it. My bad.
So the next indoor one, I think, is you're doing 14th of December. Remember, I'm not here, but you're.
Yeah, okay.
It was the only free Sunday we had. Probably 8:30 again. It is the same day as the Santa run.
Mm-hmm. Which a few people have dropped out of anyway, I think.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, thinking 14th, like bear with us. But yeah,
8:30 till 9:30, and then Santa runs at 10:30, so you could possibly make them both. But yeah, I'm hoping to get that out, and then yeah, maybe more frequent from January, because this is what when you started saying we were talking about next year, was because I'm feeling quite excited about next year. Like our plan for this year, we said we wanted to be more visible, which I think we've done quite a lot visibility wise. We probably tailored off towards the end of the year.
I think what we have done quite well at though is, even when I was like volunteering at Granite Gray, I feel like we've been networking quite well with other gym owners, other fitness companies. Even when we were trying to put Stonehaven a bit more on the map,
working with the RGU students was
so we've done well at kind of being out there and being part of the community, which is always
and then
nice.
We also wanted to make the sessions a bit tougher, a bit more intense, which I think, we're
always focusing on that, and I think we've been doing that quite well.
So next year, I was thinking of how we could get
let's point out that Alice is shaping up next year to then just disappear. So next year, Tom, we're going to do everything but 5 times as much, and I'm on maternity leave.
No, but I was thinking what we can do to attract. This is a debate Tom and I were having just before we came on. I was saying boot camps aren't really the flavour of the month. The fact that we're now the only outdoor boot camp in Aberdeen. When we started, there was Granite City Fitness, there was BMF, there was Storm and Norman, and there were other ones kicking out about as well. Now they've all kind of.
This comes back to us talking about like where we're saying what a difficult year it's been, but I think this is also across the board. I do think boot camps have gone through a phase of maybe not being as popular, but I honestly,
I think that's fine though, because
I agree.
Kind of,
but I couldn't tell you what is more. I know the small box
Tom
training
was what he doesn't see, like, so you've got the big run clubs. Tom had a fair point. He's like, these are free. These big run clubs are usually free to attend. We think small box gyms, or maybe there's 3 new small box gyms opening up in Banchory. So people going down that side is training. That's why we're trying the indoor thing a bit ourselves. And I think it's just going through another trend. Really, boot camp should be, because boot camp is basically high rocks. You do a bit of cardio, you do a bit of strength, you do a bit of cardio, a bit of strength. So, but I was trying to think, how do we get new members to still want to do boot camp? So things like maybe a Couch to 5K from January. I thought maybe in Cults. On a Monday night we do a social run. You try and get your other 2 runs done yourself, but then you also get your boot camp. So it's like the £36 a month membership. You get your 1 boot camp a week as well, to try and bring that strength training into your running as well. Because that's, I think, what people are wanting to.
Well, that's what you were talking about with Michael.
Well, yeah. So Mike, who joined Rebel, Mary's friend, I
like how that makes everyone knows who Michael is now. Mary's friend.
He comes to Duthie. But Mary was saying, and I spoke to him a bit about it, all his distances he's PB'd on. So like his 5K park run, I don't know if it was his first, maybe it was his first marathon, but his 10K half marathon ever since he started Rebel, because he was a runner before, but he's managed to get all his, he's beat all his PBs. So, it shows the importance of a little bit of strength training while you're running as well. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. How do we attract new members? Because we haven't seen a huge amount of new members come through this year, I'd say.
I mean, it was months ago we were talking about 30 members in 90 days, and then it just kind of like fizzles. But it fizzles because it's not like we're not trying to get the members down. It's that it's just not easy to get the members down. So yeah, but I think that's like any sort of business. You need to adapt and change and figure out what's next. And it's easy to rest and be like, oh, we're a boot camp company, that's all we do. But that's not how it works, which is exciting, like stressful and exciting, because you're like, okay, like let's twist it up. So that's what I think we are looking forward to next year, and seeing what we can do and what we can offer. And like the indoor sessions will be a part of that and factor into it, I think.
But I'm also trying to think like what other, like, so we're saying we always want new members, but what, like last year or this year we've had visibility and badass sessions, like
communication.
Communication came in at the end.
Which is a good one, because it's right, how do we communicate what we do to people? How do we communicate with you guys what's coming up? Like, how do we make sure that everyone's as informed as they need to be to make the decisions that they want to? to be part of Rebel or get involved with what we have to offer.
Yeah, and I'm thinking a bit more about like the social side of things. Like I think we don't have as much time as we used to just organise nights out or to go for breakfast after boot camp. We probably used to do that a wee bit more. But things like Vicky organising this night out for everyone in Prams and just involving everyone, like that's obviously really helpful.
There's some natural organisers.
Yeah, Caroline's great at organising meals out and stuff, and that definitely helps as well. But that was always what Rebel's about. But I feel like maybe we haven't been as on it on the social occasions, like even social walks. I can't remember the last time we did a social walk. We
planned one in December.
And,
yeah, but all like, but
it's
that's
just
what we say.
time,
We
like,
say that,
it's
but
just-
like we put so much events on over the weekends.
Yeah.
Like it's not. I don't think it's that we don't organise the social stuff as much. I think everyone's as well is just busy.
Everyone's busy.
So you organise like a brunch afterwards and you get a handful of people, which is nice. But it's like everyone's got so much going on and the schedule's so packed with different activities. I think it used to be about building that community, keeping that community, and like doing lots of stuff together. But now there's everything like. I don't want to say I started it, but like, you know, community was such a strong factor of Rebel to begin with, but now you got, you know, book clubs which focus on community. You've got like, I don't know, everything. If you look at any sort of like company, I'm pretty sure you can buy a Hoover now and be part of a Hoover community. You know, we want to build a community. It's definitely become one of those words that's overused.
Yeah, maybe.
So everything has a community attached to it, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing because, you know, you've got your little kind of pockets of people. But I think, like I said, that's the thing, and that's taking over, and everyone's got their groups for this, that, and the other.
So if you could use a word for next year that's not visibility or communication or community, like to focus on next year, what do you think you'd think of?
Growth. There we go.
Oh.
Let's see if we can. I don't know. It's a bit of a boring word though.
No.
And like I said, I don't like using that as a word because it's so hard to focus on. Like I say, as soon as we're like, right, let's get more members, so negative. Because like it's not like they come flooding in. And if we did get the members come flooding in, then we'd be like, oh my God, how do we help them settle in? Right? Our whole thing is great. How do we help people settle in
I
now?
think we just keep looking outside at the rain as well.
Yeah, it's absolutely miserable thinking that we've got boot camp and that shortly. But we thrive in it. Part of me, like there was a session last week. Was it? I don't even think it was the snow session on Wednesday.
Oh,
No, it
snow
might have even
sessions
been.
are eggs,
Might
I
have
love
even
the
been
snow
Tuesday.
Where are you Tuesday? You're in Stonehaven.
Yeah, and I was messaging them, being like, "Right, guys, it's grim. Like it was sleety, it was windy, it was gross." But like you come down and you just get stuck in. And we're not. Again, this is the same thing we preach about in this video every time. Where actually you never regret a workout.
Oh, I know.
What's your word for next year then?
I think I've said community.
I also think they're too big. Like, how do you narrow it down?
I really like
Variety?
visibility because it felt like it was easy to.
I really like communication because it felt like it. You know what you were doing. You're like, okay, are we communicating with people the best way when we put this out? Who are we communicating with? But I guess with growth, you're like, are we growing? But then it doesn't knuckle down into how are we growing.
Yeah.
But even by doing things like this indoor thing, like we're always adapting.
Yeah, it could be.
And I think, like I said, that's more exciting, is that you take these challenges and you're like, okay, what's next? We'd be so boring if we just sat and be like, all right, next year we're going to do more boot camps and this is what it's going to be.
So the thing is, there's this really cool gym. I don't know if I've spoke about this before. Down near Edinburgh in North Berwick.
East Main Rocks? No, it's the garage.
Go Trainee Strock.
Go Training
Go
Stock.
Trainee Strock. It just rolls off the tongue. But it's basically they've got a couple of shipping containers and then they've got like a gazebo, but it's all open wall. And
It's like a.
it's like a wooden.
Oh, I've
gazebo.
not seen it, to be fair. I just thought it was like a metal frame and
Did
a
you
roof.
sign up?
No, I haven't, but I will.
He's going to Edinburgh, and I'm like, go there, because I think if we could get in touch with the Forestry Commission and get something like that in Countess Wells Woods, it would be epic, because it's still all outdoors. It's just all the kit in the shipping containers. You've got parking, you've got woods, like there'll be laps, you could do run clubs in there and stuff, and it's just perfect location because you've got West Hill, Kings Wells, Countess Wells, like cults and stuff. So it seems, but anyway, that's my dream, is to get something like that. So it's not as much as a box gym.
Well, it still
all
keeps our
indoors.
roots because we still love outdoors.
Yeah.
And we still, like, thrive in those conditions, but we recognise we want to add a little bit more to it.
Something different, like just having that static location, I think would be.
It's
it would
just
be
where,
helpful.
like it is. I know you say Counterswells Woods. I don't think that's quite the
Tom,
spot.
look, I'll say where for Tom, and he'll have no idea where, and he'll have no other suggestions.
Well, even something like Knockburn.
Nightmare to get to, 45 minutes from you.
Yeah, well, no, I
Are you
recognise
commuting?
it's a nightmare to get to.
So it's in the middle of Aberdeen, somewhere like Knockburn.
Easy. Just a field somewhere.
This is the battle.
Just need a field. We just need a field and then to put a structure up.
There's nothing exciting about a field. I feel like in the woods, you've got your car park there.
Yeah.
You're pretty much in the city centre.
We'll reach out to the council then.
That's what I'm going to Forestry Commission. It's on my to-do list today.
Ooh, watch this space. If anyone's got any contacts, anyone got links in,
And if
Alice is
anyone-
going to set this up and then
I
disappear.
was going to say, when everyone's got a trainer.
It's
that
not, we
can
don't
cover-
need a trainer though, is it?
What, for my classes next year?
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe.
Just all we need is a Wednesday.
But because we've got Danny, we got Emma, we got those guys.
Mm-hmm.
But funding it is the question, Ali.
Well,
That's the
you
that's
better
the
get
real
some
quiz.
new people down, Tom.
Oh no, growth next year. Okay, there we go.
I know that was longer than.
And plus, we just end up getting sidetracked. This, but like I said, it's always you can see the behind the
I
scenes.
know, I'm
that
like,
me
I'm
and
going
Alice,
to contact Forestry Commission, and then I'm like, oh wait, hold on, I better do my consistency challenge that takes me about 3 hours going through the spreadsheet.
even just the way me and you work, you can see with the back and forth.
I know, what have we spoke about? Everything and anything.
Sounds like an average Monday. Right, see you guys later.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys, have a great week. See ya.